Hi everybody. So doing another collection video. I'm going to be doing the DS and 3DS. I decided to do both together rather than two separate videos. Plus it's really only a matter of time before the Nintendo Switch replaces the whole DS, 3DS brand thing. It's like, think of it like how the Game Boy brand, there was Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. Then with we had the DS and the 3DS, not counting the different models like DSi and 3DS and all that, but just the whole dual screen thing, and it's kind of sad in a way because it's really like the end of an era, I mean, God, the original DS came out 15 years ago. I was my junior year of high school. Two of my classmates were at lunch playing Metroid Prime Hunter because that was one of the launch titles. But let's just get right into it. So, first it's Contra 4. Great Contra game, but very hard. One thing that's really cool is that there's different challenges you can complete, and I think it's for every 4 that you can complete that you unlock bonus content, including playable characters, illustrations, and even the original Contra and Super C, which I remember being amazed by that at the time. You think about how it's like Contra and Super C were 2 different games on 2 totally different motherboards, and now it's like they fit not only both of those 2 games, but a whole new game and a bunch of bonus stuff, all in this one little thing right here. And a funny story, because my brother and I each got our DS in the spring of 2007, which was the same year this game came out. And I remember for Christmas that year, him and I both bought the game for each other without even knowing. In other words, I bought it for him, not knowing that he bought it for me, and vice versa. Next we have Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime Adventures. Oh, never mind. Forget the adventures part. But, this is one of the first games I bought. And it's actually a really fun game. It's not your traditional Dragon Quest. It's more of an adventure game where you play as a slime, and then you live in a village with other slimes where they're all abducted, and you have to rescue them all. But one of the things that's really fun about this game is that which you can kind of see on the back there, mixing back and tank together, sorry. You find a tank, and then you have these tank battles where you have to load ammo into the cannons, along with your comrades, and you fire them at your opponent. Sometimes I'll dig this out just to do that. It's so much fun doing the tank battles. Next we have Dragon Quest VI, which I haven't played that in forever. Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of Starry Skies. Great Dragon Quest title. I talked about that in my top 5 JRPGs video. Drawn to Life. It was a action platformer where you draw your own heroes, your own weapons, your own obstacles and stuff that you progress through the levels and stuff. I miss these games. It was so much fun. There was the sequel, Drawn to Life, the next chapter, which wasn't as good as the first one in my opinion. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. This was a remake of the original Famicom game with Marth. I never played that version, but actually I don't know if I would or not, because I'm sure it's... Yeah. Then we have Final Fantasy IV. I think this will always be my favorite Final Fantasy title in the series. I have different versions of it. Yeah. This one is a lot harder, too. Kirby Mass Attack. I got a sneeze build up. It's stuck. That's why my nose is sniffling. Damn allergy season. But anyway, yeah, Kirby Mass Attack. This is more of a point-and-click Kirby game, so it's okay. I have to be in the right mood to play a point-and-click game. And then we have Kirby Superstar Ultra, remake of the old SNES title. Lock's Quest. This was basically like a tower defense game. It's actually pretty good, even though I haven't played it forever. Super Mario DS, remake of the N64 game. You can play as Luigi, Wario, and Yoshi, as well as Mario, obviously. Mario Kart DS. You can actually... I never did it, but I know you can play as Rob in that. Rob the Robot. He's an unlockable character. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. I always really enjoyed these games. They're... Basically, you're transported into the world of Pokemon, who, in this particular version of Pokemon, they're more human-like, so to speak. And you go on, like, adventures and stuff. It's more of like a... it's more of like an adventure RPG type of game. But like I said, I always enjoyed them. They're a lot of fun. That was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. Wasn't really a fan of that one as much as... I liked the Rescue Team one. I didn't really like the adventure one. Pokemon Soul Silver, which... this was from Gen 2, remake of the Gold and Silver. And Gen 2 will always be my favorite. Gen 2 was, the reason that was my favorite was mainly for 3 reasons. One, all the Pokemon who existed at the time were in the game. In other words, what became a tradition ever since Gen 3 was that it's like, Gen 3 Ruby and Sapphire, you had 200 Pokemon, it was 125 new ones, and they brought back 75 old ones, and the only thing with that, and we're talking just like the core game itself, not like all the bonus stuff, but, it's like, oh great, they brought back Rhyhorn, but, Scyther's not in it, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, this one's back, but that one's not, but, so, in this one, it had the original 151, plus 100 new ones. So, like I said, all the ones who existed at the time, so to speak, were in the game. The second reason was the unknown, which were these creatures. They kind of look like, as someone pointed out, they look like the alphabet soup letters or something like. So it's like a side quest that you can do where you try and solve the puzzle about them, or like the mystery. It's like this ancient legendary Pokemon thing, and the final reason was that at the end of the game, you battle Red, who was the trainer from the first game. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, like I said, this is my favorite. But I'm not one of those, like, it obviously has flaws. They all do. I'm not one of those, like, biased people like, nope, this gen is the best. It has 0 flaws. It's perfect. So no fans. Anyway, next we have Pokemon White from Gen 5. This one tends to get quite a bit of flack. Maybe, I think it's because there was, like, some weird designs in it, but literally, like, all the Pokemon games have weird designs. Where was I? So, anyway, I actually really like this one. I think this one had, like, the best plot in the series. And also, it was a brand new 150 Pokemon. They didn't make, like, all these, like, special things, like, oh, bring back old ones and stuff. I mean, you could, like, aside, but the core game was just 150, so it's like, oh, that's cool, it's like a fresh start. And, yeah, I've lost count of how many Pokemon there are after Gen 6 came out. Now Gen 8 is coming out, probably the fall. But anyway, yeah, this one, I like the plot in this one. It was Team Plasma, which is led by a kid named N. This is kind of just the abridged version for those who have never played it. Him and Team Plasma are trying to free Pokemon, so to speak. Like, they're like, oh, Pokemon are meant to be wild. They shouldn't be, like, trained or something like that and stuff. So it's like, so actually trainers start to think, well, I don't know, maybe they're right or something. But then towards the end, well, not the end, but later in the game, you find out the truth that N's father, Getsis or Getsy, something like that, he's the real leader of Team Plasma, and he's like, in reality, he's just trying to create a world. The whole thing was a ruse, and he wants to create a world where only he can have Pokemon. Like, so it's like, wow, what a selfish bastard. Yeah, so like I said, that was part of the reason why I really liked the story in that one. Anyway, Sonic Chronicles, a Sonic JRPG. Never really played too much of it, though. Spectrobes. God, I haven't played this in ages, but it's a wicked good game. Yeah, you like... I don't even remember what it's about because I played it so long, but basically you dig up, like, fossils and turn them into, like, monsters that help fight against, like, aliens and stuff, but yeah, very good game. There was more of them. I only played that one though. And finally, we have Metroid Prime Hunters. This one's on the end because the case is bigger. Yeah, this was one of the launch titles. It's good, but I think probably because they wanted to push the whole stylus thing. It was a launch title, like I said. So it's use the stylus to control to turn and stuff. It's a little weird. It's a good game. It's just the controls are kind of weird. So that's all the DS games. Now into the 3DS. Centipede Infestation. Still got that damn sticker on there that I haven't gotten around to getting off. But yeah, it's kind of like a 3D version of Centipede. It's good. Donkey Kong Country returns in 3D. Dragon Quest Fragments of the Forgotten Past. Very good Dragon Quest game. I haven't played this in forever, but it's wicked good. Fire Emblem Awakening. This was when the franchise really started to blow up. Because this one... what was I? It was they added the mode, which was the casual mode, which is completely optional. People kind of lost their shit over that because it was you have the classic mode, which is how Fire Emblem games always were, where it's if you lose a comrade in battle, then they're dead, they're gone for good. But with the casual mode, it's they just retreat, which, yeah. I was a long time Fire Emblem fan. I was I kind of welcome that. It's a nice little change, yeah. But, yeah, of course, a lot of people are oh, how dare you? But, yeah, ever since that, since this game, Fire Emblem has become much more popular. Which, I've said this a million times, but I'm glad that happened, because now we see a lot more Fire Emblem games. Like this one, for example, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest. There was... they did pulled a Pokemon here, and they made 2 different versions. Then there was a third one that came out sometime after. So I was I'm not getting all 3 of them. It's I'll go with this one. That's the more darker path, so to speak. Fire Emblem Echoes, which is a remake of one of the old games, very good. Still haven't beaten it yet. Yeah, I've only beaten I think 4 or 5 of them. The GameCube, the Wii, and the other 2 3DS games. Kid Icarus Uprising, which is good, but it uses touchscreen controls, which is a little... takes some getting used to, but it is a good game. Kirby Triple Deluxe, it's your average Kirby game, and Kirby Planet Robobot. Now this was really cool because you have Kirby gets a mech, which can also it's the same way as Kirby, it absorbs enemies, and then it morphs the mech to use different weapons and stuff. It's really cool. Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, remake of the classic SNES game Link to the Past. Luigi's Mansion: Dark Moon. That was one of the first games I bought. It's not as good as the GameCube one in my opinion. The original version, because it's... yeah, I mean, it's good, it's just, I like the GameCube one better, which... I know there's a third one coming out, I hope that's... yeah. Mario Kart 7. Great game. I think this one, the Rainbow Road in this Mario Kart, I think is my favorite out of, all the different Rainbow Roads there have been over the years. This was kind of a win-by. Metroid Prime Hunters... Prime Federation Force, excuse me. It's okay. The thing was, from what I understand, this was originally being programmed for the DS, but they couldn't get it to run on the system. So what they did was they kind of shelved it, and then sometime after the 3DS came out, they started working on it again, and they released it for the 3DS. But I think it was just bad timing. They should have waited a bit before putting this out there. I think that's why it got such a backlash. They should have put it out after this, for example. Metroid Samus Returns. Excellent Metroid game. It's a remake of the classic Game Boy game Metroid 2. Yeah, very good. Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions said... I think I found this at Target for $10 or something, or $8 or $10. It was on clearance, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's different variations of Pac-Man and Galaga and whatnot. Pilot Wings Resort, which is kind of cool because you can. Yeah, geez, we haven't seen a Pilot Wing game since N64. But I wouldn't mind seeing Nintendo bring this back. This one was cool because you could play as your Mii or Miis. Pokemon Art Academy. It's like a Pokemon art game. Again, it's more like a whim buy. Pokemon Moon, which, to be honest, I still haven't beaten this yet, and we have the new one coming out. The thing is, I have to be in the right mood to play a Pokemon game, because it's like, think of it like I don't mind grinding, in like, not even just in JRPGs, but video games in general, but the thing is, like, compared to, like, Final Fantasy, when you're trying to level up your party, that's the thing, you level them all up, the whole party up. With Pokemon, you have to level them all up one at a time. So, yeah. Next we have another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. Gates to Infinity. Still, yeah. Project X Zone. This was an awesome game. I never played the sequel. But it's a strategy game, and then the battle system is almost like Marvel vs. Capcom. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a wicked good game. Now to the end here. Shovel Knight, which I had bought the digital version, and then when it got the physical release, I was like, what the hell, I'll buy one of the digital ones. I don't know why I went with the 3DS one or something, but part of the reason I wanted to get it was so I could own a physical version, and then plus, like, when I looked at people who did reviews and everything, it's like how colorful and everything that the instruction booklet is. See if I can find some of the characters in here. Here's a good example. Yeah, very colorful instruction booklet. Spirit Camera, which is okay. It's like, you basically shine the camera around and, like, fight spirits and stuff. My only real gripe with this game is that, because you have to scan stuff, like, in the instruction booklet, so you really need, like, the light on, but it's like, why, like, I wanted to play this at night or something in the dark, but it's like, I gotta play it during, like, when it's bright out. That kind of makes it less scary. And Star Fox 64 3D, a remake of the classic Star Fox 64 game. One of my favorite games of all time. It never gets old, no matter how many times I play through that. Yeah. And last but not least, Yoshi's New Island. It was like, I'm pretty sure this was it's a remake of the classic SNES game. It's good. Like, it's hard to say which one I like better. This one or the SNES one. I'd say it's pretty even. So, that's my DS/3DS collection. I'm sure there's more games that I'll probably buy down the road, even though, like I said, it's probably, the Switch is eventually gonna, they're gonna make, like, obviously a smaller model to replace the whole, like, DS/3DS line. So, and that being said, thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.